Episode 100 of Five Drinks or Midnight. Another show. We bring the questions, guests bring the drinks. We try to wrap up before midnight. Today we are changing all that. We are having guests ask the questions, and I'm bringing my own drinks to celebrate our 100th episode. Before we get started, like, subscribe, hit the bells, the whistles, leave a comment if you like the show. Let's get started. I'm the one calling all the shots. Whether you're ready or not, I'm about to plenty drop.
Hi, I'm Kristen Murai. I'm a bartender here at the Spaniard, and I was actually the first person that Tim interviewed. So Tim, I have a question for you. What's with today?
Wow, we're getting all philosophical on the first question. Thanks, Kristen. I guess, yesterday I was normal, and today I'm like the old guy from Karate Kid. But any day that ends in OY is a great day to have a cocktail, and Billy Corgan said it the best. And my name's not fucking Warren!
Hello Tim, how you going? So Brendan from Cologne Distillery here, everyone. So Tim, I have a question for you. If you had to make the very difficult choice, alright, of working with neither ice or whiskey ever again, which would it be? And you have to choose one or else the world's going to end. And that's not a choice either, you can't end the world. So which would you work with, or which would you never work with again? Ice or whiskey? And I know they're your two favourite things because I'm Whiskey Wednesdays #1 fan, so thanks for all the shows. Can't wait till you do 100 more. Good man.
Cheers, buddy. I guess it's really easy. I'd give up ice because I can always just drink my whiskey neat. As much as I like a good cocktail, but can't give up the whiskey. Cheers, sir.
Hey Tim, Rebecca Sue Neely here at Neely Family Distillery. First off, I'd like to say congratulations on 100 episodes. That is a huge milestone. And then I'd like to ask, who was that one person that got you into whiskey and really made you start understanding why so many other people really enjoy whiskey themselves? Cheers.
Cheers, Becca Sue. Thank you so much for the question. I'd have to say it was probably my grandfather. My grandfather owned a small bar in Wisconsin, where I'm from, called the Peace Hive. And I just remember that every Sunday morning, my dad would pick us up from church and we would go sit at the bar. They'd watch the Packer game. My brother and I would get tiny, tiny pours of whiskey. And from this day forward, Old Overhauled and Old Granddad have been favorites. It just brings back such a great memory. I don't know if he taught me to appreciate it or not, but it definitely is the person that got me hooked onto the whiskey. So cheers and thanks for the question.
Tim, my friend, congratulations, 100 episodes, no small feat. One question for you. If you had to drink in one bar in Ireland for the rest of your life, you could never go anywhere else anytime you visited, where would it be and why? Congrats, man. Hope to see you in person soon.
That's not a fucking fair question. I mean, there's so many great pubs out there. Cheers. But, you did the Lossley Cup, and there's so many bars that I didn't even know about to go see. If it was before the Lossley Cup, I would have said Old Stand and Stag's Head, because those were the two of my favorites when I would spend time in Ireland. But now, there's so much, there's so many new cocktail bars. I just don't know. But to answer your question, just to be full, transparent, I guess, is I'd probably go to JJ's just so I could give Anthony shit so much and just sit there every day and just give him so much shit. So, cheers.
Hi, Tim. Michael, the whiskey guy here. Congratulations on your 100th episode. Your show is brilliant for getting to know the people behind the personalities in our business. I have a little question for you. Since I utterly deny young Carmen's paternity, will you please adopt him? Pretty please? Congratulations again, my friend. Come visit soon.
Michael, that's a tough fucking question right there. Adding another dependent? Oh my God. There's only one good way to answer that. That's a flip of a coin. So here we go. Fuck yeah. So, looks like you're calling me daddy from now on.
Hi Tim, Maurice OConnell here from the Liberator Irish Whisky. Congratulations on your milestone. It's a huge achievement. You don't look a day over, well, maybe 99 3/4, so well done for that. One question I've always wanted to ask you, anyone who's ever met you will know that you're a very shy, retiring and bookish sort of fella. What was it that made you want to start exposing yourself on the internet?
Oh, that's a good one. Exposing myself. I was doing it long before the internet. With 5 Drinks or Midnight, I really just, there were stories out there that you'd sit in a pub, and that's like one of the greatest things about the pub is always drinking with friends. So being able to sit down and have conversations with the people across the globe and have just conversations, and booze brings everybody together. So I just thought, why not, put something out there that brings people together. So great question, sir. Thank you and cheers.
Hi Tim, it's Liisa from Finland. Congratulations from your 100th episode. I have a question for you. What's your favorite and most memorable moment while doing the 5 Drinks or Midnight?
Hi, Liisa. Cheers. That's such a good question. And honestly, I don't know if I have a favorite moment from any particular show. I just get so honored and excited when I send someone a message like yourself and you respond back and just say, yeah, I'm down. It sounds awesome. It just really, I would never be able to get to meet the people that I get to talk to, especially over Zoom and stuff, if it wasn't for this show and people's willingness to go on this crazy little journey. So I think my favorite moment is just being able to get to meet the people. I mean, there's been some great shows, and I think that just being able to be part of that community is amazing. So cheers to you, and thank you for doing the show. Cheers.
Hey Tim, it's great to be able to ask you a question now, because I do recall that the question you asked me was quite funny. But my question is a little bit different. As a whiskey lover that lives in New York City, other than some of the really well-known locations, are you able to give us any insight into any of the hidden gems in and around the city where you can enjoy a wide selection of different spirits, specifically whiskey, of course, and also participate in some events that would be focused in and around learning and educating, and also just to have a bit of fun and have a good time, asking for a friend?
Oh, great question, Sarah. Thank you, and cheers. First, hang on. Oh, for me, I mean, you're talking whiskey right off the bat. I mean, two spots for me come to mind right off the bat. 2 of my favorites. One is the Spaniard, and 2 is Travel Bar here in Brooklyn. Both have just an amazing selection of whiskey, and 2 of my great favorite places to drink at. The knowledge, the education, everything. They put on events. They're just my 2 favorites. I would totally recommend checking them out. Both Mike has the sign says 450 whiskeys, but there's way more than that. The Spaniard, they have a selection from anything, and then you're looking at high-end whiskeys that you'll never ever be able to find, to even just run-of-the-mill selections, but it's still just really great, and the staff is so knowledgeable. So those are my 2 favorites and 2 recommendations. And also, you can always find me probably sitting at the bar at those 2 spots. So thanks again, Sarah, for the question, and cheers.
Hey Tim, Rob here from Teeling Whiskey. Congratulations on the 100th episode. I have a question for you. So we've been to a few bars in New York City. I wanted to know what your favorite underrated cocktail bar was in New York. Hopefully we can have a Teeling there in person soon. Look after yourself. Sláinte.
Hey Rob, thanks for the question. Now we're talking my style, because cocktail bars in New York City. Some of my favorite, underrated even. Little Branch, LB33, Dutch Kills, top of my list. Sasha Petrinsky bars, Richie, Luis, fucking amazing people. Cocktails are just fucking fabulous. Cheers, by the way. I'm also a sucker for, a dive bar. Mother's has a great cocktail selection. Again, even now, like on a day like today, frozen cocktails. So like sitting there, I would love a good frozen cocktail right now from Mother's. Sitting in that window and watching New York go by and enjoying a cocktail is one of my favorite things to do in this world. I know you said underrated. Katana Kitten is also up there. The Spaniard is up there. Mike at Travel Bar is up there. Again, he makes some of my favorite cocktails as well. But yeah, I'm going to have to go back to just the top three for me. Our Little Branch, LB33, and Dutch. Those are, you can never go wrong. Maddie fucking kills it. Episode 2. I mean, just, Richie, Patty, everybody, like Luis, just Vola. You guys are fucking killing it. So cheers to you fellas. Rob, thanks for the question. And damn, you're right. I hope we get to drink together again soon. So cheers.
Hey Tim, congratulations on the 100 episodes. And I hope your 100th episode guest is a good sport about it. Origin question number 1. You can use the coin. No, you can't. I need an answer on this one. How did a kid from Waterford, Wisconsin, move to New York and then get into the whiskey business? Cheers.
Cheers, Mike. I don't know. Am I in the whiskey business? I don't think so. I think I'm just a nerd on the internet that likes to talk to people and drink at the same time. But yeah, look, I think it all came... had an opportunity to work on a great whiskey brand from Ireland. And, from there, it just kind of took off. And getting involved in the spirits was really kind of from there what I wanted to do with my life. And I think that being, a creative person and trying to find a way to express myself creatively and still be true to whiskey is, something that I enjoyed. And also try to come up with something completely different that's not out there, well, that everybody else is doing. So yeah, that's kind of like how we got started. Started working with a great whiskey brand out of Ireland and was able to open up a New York shop. And then from there, my love for whiskey just kept growing and wanted to do something that we could create and have something fun to talk about. So cheers.
Tim, congratulations on 100 episode. Matt Healy here in Ireland, and I want to ask you a big question. We've seen you in your famous backdrop of your apartment where you do all of your interviewing from, but I want to see your fit. I want to see your loadout. I want to see everything behind the scenes. What's your camera setup look like, your microphones, your computer, what boxes are everything sitting on. I want you to take us behind the camera and show us the setup of where Whiskey Wednesdays is filmed from. Cheers.
Oh, Matt, cheers to you, but I fucking hate you for that question because you just made me have to clean my office. I live in a small Brooklyn apartment, so I don't have that much space. And the room that I do have that is my studio, it's small, it's tiny. But you know what? I'll take you on a little tour. So here we go. All right, so we started out, got my camera, got my mic, laptop set up. This is going to drive your cord nerds crazy, but again, I just needed to be working and plugged in, and that's where we need to go. But up here, okay, let's get started. So this top shelf here, I have my go-tos or my day-to-day grabbers that I'm currently enjoying. So I got some Healy, I got some cologne, and I got some Westward. Really kind of digging that. And then from there, I got some props. I got a lot of junk. But then we go ahead and we got our little, go-ahead Irish case, if you will. And swing around. Got the dog bed. We're jumping in. I get a lot of comments about how my photos are always crooked, and I live below the R line in the subway, so when the subway goes by, it rattles and it just moves stuff. So it doesn't matter how many times I try to straighten it, and it never really fully straightens. But here we have some of the whiskey collection. So going through, jumping around, like just again, got my coins, everything, kind of getting into here. Second media computer, a lot of accessories. From there, my knives for carving ice, sharpening, floor whiskey, And then getting into even more, which you have the rare whiskeys, my sneaker collection, and from there. So Healy, I hope you enjoyed my little tour. But yeah, I hate you for making me try to clean. But I hope we get to drink together soon. So here you go. This is Whiskey Wednesday Studio.
Hey Tim, congratulations on your 100th episode. My question is, what was the gateway whiskey that made you fall in love with whiskey? Congrats again.
Great question. Middleton Very Rare. That is my number one desert island whiskey. If you can only drink one whiskey for the rest of your life, this. Fell in love with this first time in Ireland as a tourist. We did all the Jameson Distillery tours, and then ended up going to the Middleton Distillery tour. Did all that, and then when I worked in Ireland, ended up getting to go to the Irish Whiskey Academy and getting to meet Barry Crockett, the man who was responsible for this. It blew my mind. And again, I know his father is actually the one responsible, Max Crockett. But being able to shake Barry's hand, and it's a magnificent Irish whiskey, and it blows my mind. So yeah, I love it. So that's the one whiskey that really kind of kicked off the journey. I mean, back in the day, of course, we drank JMO and Jack and Makers and everything. And again, those are still favorites. But yeah, Middleton Very Rare is my top favorite.
Hey Tim, congratulations on reaching 100 episodes of 5 or Midnight on Whiskey Wednesdays. I'm sure you've asked everyone a bunch of questions over that time, and now I've got a question for you. What whiskey, not your favorite whiskey, not the whiskey you drink the most, but what whiskey inspired you to pursue your informal education in the world of whiskey, and why? I'd love to hear your answer. Cheers, buddy, and congratulations again.
Thanks, man. So that's a great question. I think we share that actual answer, and I think we talked about it on our episode. But Old Overhaul, again, it's what my grandfather drank. That's what, really kind of got me into whiskey is drinking Old Overhaul. It's my, not necessarily my favorite, but it definitely is something that I keep going back to. And this is it holds a special place in my heart. So I compare a lot of ryes to this. I think for the price, everything, this is it. And again, just can't go wrong. So cheers.
All right, Tim, two-part question. First part, what's the most you've ever consumed from one of your episodes? And two, how do you know? Congratulations on 100 episodes. Thanks for having me. Take care.
Well, again, we're all about drinking responsibly, so we don't always want to overconsume. But there's been many a times that I have, mismanaged my cocktail intake. I think the most that I might have ever consumed is drinking with Michael Cowman. And how do I know? Because I got the scar to prove it. So, cheers. Great question. And the scar's a different story. So, cheers.
Hey Tim, first, congratulations. Second, here's my question. What is the most powerful human interaction or relational connection that you've had that was either created because of whiskey and the whiskey industry or was made better by sharing a whiskey together? Cheers to you.
Cheers, Daniel. And thank you for the question. There's so many. Again, kind of what I was talking about with Liisa from Finland, being able to meet people that I never would be able to meet, all because of the show and all because of spirits. But one that really sticks out is the episode with Anthony and Katie Sheehy from Irish Whiskey Auctions. When I first reached out to them, we had never met before. They said yes to the show, but they only had an hour to do the show. And our show actually holds a record. It's 4.5 hours of us sitting drinking. And because of the show, we became true friends. I can honestly call them real friends. And I've never met them before, but I think they are, they hold a special place in my heart. They are true friends that have, we forged that relationship. And it's all because of drinking whiskey together over the internet. So, it's why that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do the show. It's just getting to meet people, and I'm a firm believer that spirits bring people together, and being able to drink and share a spirit with somebody, I don't care how far off but no religion, no politics at the bar. But whiskey can always find a way to come together. If not, maybe then you just fight, and then it's just a bar fight. So I don't know, but I think it's a great question. So cheers! Thanks so much.
Hey Tim, it's Miles at Westward Whiskey. Congratulations on 100 episodes, man. I have a question for you. What's one of your earliest memories that really stood out and made a huge impression on you as far as whiskey goes, and what really grabbed you that first time? Be curious to know.
Oh, fuck, that's a good question. I'm not really sure, honestly. I think cheers, by the way. I mean, I think just being able to meet people and not even like famous like whiskey people, but like even just like walking around like a trade show or like a booth and someone coming up and saying, hey, I saw your episode, or even just meeting you. I mean, at Whiskey Fest and all those other events that I got to, sit and share a dram quick with you, and being able to find out that, your favorite cocktail is, the fuck around and find out, which is Westward and Rumplemintz, which is hilarious. But like, I think just being able to share a story with somebody like that. I mean, I'm drinking with my grandfather was always fun. We drank Old Overhauled. Meeting Barry Crockett is my intro to Irish. Like, it just is one of those great things. So I'm always just, living in the moment and taking it day by day and being able to just meet people. And it's always a favorite moment. Like, I just enjoy sitting and talking with people over with a whiskey. I think it's one of the most beautiful things on this planet is just being able to share a conversation. So, yeah. I know it's kind of a lame answer to a really great question, but just like to share whiskey with people. So cheers.
Hi, 5 Drinks for Midnight. This is Patty Mercado. I'm at the 100-Way Ice Shop right now. I have a question for you, Tim. Why don't you quit your job and come work here?
Hey guys, thanks for watching. The past 100 episodes have been amazing. Thank you to all my guests. I can't wait for another 100 more. We have some true legends coming up. So stick with us, like, subscribe, do all the things. But thank you to everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being guests. Cheers.
Bum,